I'm going to show you a technique called rapid fire persuasion. Well, what is it? It's a way of listing information that can impress or persuade the person you're speaking to. It's also a really good way of thinking about and building your descriptive vocabulary. First of all, when we describe something, we can use one word. For example, I live in the mountains. It's very beautiful. So one word gives a lot of impact. It can work very well. You can also give 2 points, and 2 points can be used to show balance or contrast. I live in the mountains. Some people say it's very inconvenient. I say it's incomparable. Well, incomparable, that's a great word, isn't it? That means that something is so good it cannot be compared to anything else. Now things get really interesting when we go to 3 points, because this has a special word which is tripling, and I'll talk about tripling in another video in the future, which should appear here sometime. For the moment, let's just think about 1, 2, 3 words to give a powerful message. I live in the mountains. It's peaceful, beautiful, and inspiring. But we run into a problem when we try to use 4 points or 5 points. And the problem is it's difficult for people to remember 4 or 5 points, but it also lacks focus. What's the point of giving 4 or 5? 1, 2, or 3 are much more effective techniques. What we can do, though, is go one step further. Let's go to 6, 7, or 8 points. And this can overpower the audience. We don't expect them to remember these points, but we expect them to be persuaded or to be left with a very, very strong impression. I live in the mountains. It's beautiful, refreshing, invigorating, peaceful, enriching, and inspiring. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. People will have trouble remembering all of those words, but that's not the point. They will be left with a strong impression, and they'll be thinking, wow, living in the mountains sounds quite interesting. I love dogs. They're furry, friendly, funny, frisky, fierce, faithful, and they are fabulous. That's why I think dogs are far better than cats. Now, I know some of you are going to strongly disagree with me, so please tell me why I'm wrong in the comments and make your case for cats. The example I just gave is going to be difficult for anybody to produce without some kind of planning. But if you can make a list that uses words starting with the same letter, it can be a very powerful technique. Next, when you want to try to sell something, it's a good idea to use a list of comparatives. For example, bigger or better. In this case, I'm going to use a flow of adjectives with more. Our product is more reliable, more efficient, more versatile, more innovative, more powerful, and more affordable than anything else that's currently available on the market. That's why our product is the best choice for you. How about using it to promote yourself? Imagine you're in a job interview and they ask you, why should we hire you? Well, I'm hardworking, diligent, resourceful, curious, determined, adaptable, reliable, and results-driven. That's why you should hire me. Of course, make sure you can back up all those points. If you can, you've got the job. If you think I've done my job so far today, please hit the like button for me. Notice that I finished each list with a strong statement, and this is the point that we really want the listener to focus on. Think about the list as your reasons and the statement as your conclusion. Rapid fire persuasion is a great way to impress people, but it's also a great way to build your vocabulary. I've given you a lot of adjectives today, and you can find them all listed in the description below. It's also a really good way to build your speaking speed and your speaking flow. So think about the topics that are interesting and important for you and make a list of the key words to describe them, and then practice, practice, practice. If you come up with a nice example, please write about it in the comments below for me.